All right. All right. I'm gonna go ahead with a little testing. One, two, three. Testing. One, two, three. It is currently 5:02 p.m. California time on Tuesday, April 29th, 2025. And we's gathered here together. We's gathered here together. So come on in, everyone. Come on in. Come on in. Let me give everybody a couple minutes to come in. Go ahead and put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Okay. Like I see people here. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, again, there is like at least a 20-second delay. That's just what StreamYard does. That's just what StreamYard does. I just want to say hi to everyone. Donna was here first. It's one cat. Hey girl, Empress Kia, Starry Eyed, Sleepy Bee. You said, hey, listening from the clouds on my walk home. Okay. Nothing like a little walk home. I am at home, currently looking out the patio door at the tree full of loquats. And I'm probably going to have Babe go and snatch some loquats off the tree because they are delicious. They are just absolutely delicious. And that, we can't let the loquats go bad. We can't let the loquats go bad. Yes, I did. Yes, I got your email, Donna. I got your email, girl. So yeah, I gotta and you ain't got to apologize about, being late or whatever like that, girl. It's all good. Yeah, yeah, you sent a lot of them. So I gotta I gotta take my time and go through them. But you did send me a few things to look at, and I appreciate it. Okay, thunderstorm brewing. Okay. Hey, S&W. Hey, girl. Hey, we Ace of Silhouette. Hey, girl. So before we get into today's video review, I want to show you all a couple of things because yeah, this whole organized religion thing is getting to be too much. It's getting to be too much. So we're gonna review a couple of videos today, but I want to show you some things first. I want to show you something first. We Ace of Silhouette, girl. You said my favorite place to be. Yes, girl. Yes, 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 yes. So let me bring this in because I was just like, this is too much. This is too much. So y'all know, y'all know one of the Christian religious holidays was, a couple weeks ago, a couple Sundays ago. Whenever it was. Was it last week or the week before? I don't remember. But baby, I saw people discussing, I saw someone on Threads ask why Christians, deal with like the Easter eggs and the rabbits and stuff like that. And I'm about to show y'all. I'm about to show y'all. I'm about to show y'all. And this is an actual screenshot that I took from Threads. This is an actual screenshot that I took on my phone from Threads. So y'all go look at this. Y'all. This person said them Easter eggs are symbols of new life in Jesus' resurrection. Baby, why they got the Jesus coming out the egg? Why they got the Jesus coming out the egg? I am windmilling right now, if y'all could see me. Why is the Jesus coming out the egg? I was like, when I saw this, I was like, I have to show y'all. I just had to screenshot it because I had to show y'all, baby. They said that the egg, this particular person said that the egg was represented a representation of new life in Jesus' resurrection. I thought Jesus came out the tomb. Did he come out the tomb or did he come out the egg? The story goes, they went looking for him. The tombstone covering, was gone. It was moved. Like he ain't in there. He already gone. He risen. So is the tomb supposed to be an egg? Because they be out here talking about these Easter eggs, which come from, instead of the eggs coming from birds, right? Because birds lay eggs, and snakes lay eggs, alligators lay eggs, frogs lay eggs. But no, the rabbit that's associated with Easter apparently is given life to Jesus. So you know I mean, who am I to argue? Who am I to argue? So, I was telling people all up and down that thread on Threads, like, no, these are fertility images of fertility goddess, Easter, paganism. I was just, because someone really asked the question, and I was just sitting there like, oh, this is going to be good. I had my cup of water. I was like, oh, this is going to be good reading this. But yes, the man said that Jesus came out the egg. So, but, these are rabbit eggs. These are rabbit eggs. Like I would be more aligned to like look for some eggs if they had like pictures of like chickens, like laying eggs, and then like you color the eggs and then you go, you boil them and then you go file them. Not the rabbit though. Rabbits are mammals. Rabbits are mammals. Okay. And for the most part, mammals give birth to live babies. But anyway, I just wanted to show y'all this because you know what? Y'all know I keep asking the question, are these Christians okay? No, they're not. But speaking of that, I have another little something for us to I don't know if y'all saw this. I think it was like last week. It was kind of going around on Threads, and I had to go find the original video. So we about to watch this video of this foolishness. Let me we about to watch this video of this foolishness before we get into our main attraction this evening. So let me go. Let me just bring this in. Let me just bring this in. Cause did y'all see this? Did y'all see this? Okay. Did any of you all see this last week? A lot of times we are brought in on group chats against our will. And that was the same thing for me. And I was just like, okay. I saw snippets of it, but I found a 5-minute one that we gonna watch here together because the Delulu, I was just like, okay. CPB said I need it out of this group chat, baby. Y'all saw it on your own. I saw it on my own, but together we gonna watch this mess because these people are not okay. These people are not okay. So we gonna revisit this mess. Okay. We're gonna revisit this mess. Oh, and shout out to one of you subbies that blessed me with a cash app last week. I appreciate you. I'm not gonna call your name out, but I appreciate you sending me the cash app. Okay, Mr. Hoodoo be taking over my iPad because I got like the ball sort puzzle game on my iPad. Where you got like 6 different color balls and they're all mixed up in the pipes and you got to sort them out. We love the ball sort puzzle game. Mr. Hoodoo like is on my iPad like every night playing the balls game. We love it. It's a good brain exercise. So I didn't see the cash app until like literally like a couple days ago. So thank you again to that subscriber who blessed me with a cash app. from last week. I just want to make sure I say thank you and shout that person out without the name. Okay, but anyway, we're gonna listen to this foolishness together. We're gonna listen to it together. So let's go. Let me rewind this mess because I was listening to it.
When I met him, he told me, you're my starter, but I got other ones on the bench, And what else would you tell me, baby?
That you my point guard.
Yes. And that you love me.
But I like them.
Right. So I was in a relationship I was okay with that as long as I was first. Mm-hmm. And there's a reason for that. I want, the women to know out there, I didn't know Jesus. I didn't, know who I was. Would you say, babe, I had no value?
No, you had no value. You had no worth. You did not know who you were.
He said you didn't know your self-worth.
Right. And I'm 17.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm a teenager. And I was preconditioned to think this way because my mother divorced my father for infidelity. And I'd always thought if you could just forgive him, our family would stay together.
Oh, that's deep.
So that was not a deal breaker.
So yeah, so her mom did not have the mammy gene. Okay. Her mom divorced her father for infidelity. Her mom knew her worth. And she was like, no, I'm not dealing with this shit. And she divorced the man. And I don't know where along the lines she began to climb Mammy Mountain because she said that, she grew up into this. But I don't know where because her mom did not climb Mammy Mountain. Okay. But let's continue. We got to hear this mess together.
Breaker for me, as long as I knew about it. Now he knows if I found out about it, we'd have a problem.
But if he told you in advance, you'd be okay.
Yeah.
So if he said, hey, listen, tomorrow I got this little shorty lined up. I'm going to go run through and I'm going to smash it. I'll see you the next day.
Well, he would never say that.
It was usually after the fact.
Yeah.
Hey, I had a hiccup last night. Heads up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A hiccup.
You were saying after the fact.
Right.
As long as he confessed prior from you finding out, you said that's cool. Yeah. That's okay.
In fact, before he married me, he's like, I don't know if I'll ever be faithful. And I said, that's okay. So I walked down the aisle knowing I was.
Listen. Okay, listen. I don't care what nobody say. Let me make myself smaller so this can be bigger. Listen. Don't he look dusty? He looks like he's still dusty to me. That's just me. Like, to me, he looked like he's still full of shit. I mean, she knew he was full of shit. She went along with it. But to me, he looked like he's still full of shit. All this kikiing, ain't no kikiing. You ain't finna play in my face. But let's continue.
Marrying his worst, meaning that if he were to do something, the worst would be him stepping out.
And then in your marriage, were y'all faced with that?
Yes.
Absolutely.
How soon?
Off from the gate.
What made you decide to marry him?
I thought that the title husband would change him. I did. I walked in thinking that. Okay,
ain't nobody see. I don't know what other women she has in her family, but let me tell you something. Mama Hoodoo gave me the game a long time ago. My stepmother gave me the game a long time ago. My father gave me the game a long time ago. And let me tell you something. My father, Daddy Hoodoo. Oh, Daddy Hoodoo was the first person to say if Mr. Hoodoo ever act up to go and take every last coin. Okay? Every last coin. And don't stay with nobody who treat you wrong. So listen, I don't know where her people were or whatnot, but let's continue.
If he was my husband and I was his wife, that a title could make you change. I learned very quickly that titles do not make people change. And I also thought that if he would own me, I wanted to be Mrs. Steele. If he had ownership, then he would treat me accordingly.
Oh, God.
I had to learn that way that wasn't true either.
My God.
And so I really
listen. There, all this ownership. There is no ownership. There is no ownership. You married, you come together, agreeing to live your lives together as, a stable units going forth. Y'all care for each other. Y'all take care of each other. And there's no ownership. Mr. Hoodoo does not own me, and I do not own him. This is all their religious gobbledygook BS. You know, remember when the trophy wife was saying it? Remember when the trophy wife was saying it? Well, I allowed him to because he's my husband and I belong to him. Ain't no belong. You are not a book. You are not a car. You are not a teddy bear. There's no ownership. These are two people agreeing to whatever it is you agreed to in your vows, but it's not ownership. It's literally life partnership. Hey, Mons. There's no belong. There's no ownership. And baby, let me tell you something. From the way that this sound like, it was never going to be no ownership. Because baby, he wasn't even doing for you. He was out there spending money on all these hoes. You know, they be saying niggas ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Okay, here is nigga. This is nigga. And niggas ain't shit but hoes and tricks. But let's keep going.
I just knew that if we could just be united, that would make a man change, but it doesn't. And plus, I needed to change also. We were two teenagers getting married, and I was looking for fulfillment. I was wanting to fulfill a void that I was missing. Of course, that void can only be filled by Jesus. I didn't know that then.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So I finally was like,
13
I'm going to leave him. At this point, I was working my way out of poverty. I got the job with the police department, and
so people should not be getting married thinking that someone is supposed to fulfill them, complete them. No, you complement each other. You complement each other. There is no, you are whole by yourself. You are whole by yourself. People should not be out here getting married and they are not content with themselves. They've never lived alone. They don't know what it's like to have a single life. They're not. And then talking about y'all marrying in poverty. She said she was working her way out of poverty. Y'all got married in poverty? Let me tell you something. Q did not get married in poverty. No. Let me tell you something. Mr. Hoodoo made sure his money was real good when he asked me to marry him. Okay? Mr. Hoodoo's money was way up when he asked me to marry him. Okay? They out here getting married in poverty, and then like people out here getting married in poverty and then be having children in poverty. And then the cycle continues. Like there are so many things wrong with this, but this is religion brain. This is the stupid religion brain. Let's continue.
And my aunt found me a job in Virginia to have me work there because I was going to leave. It was really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my two babies with me trying to leave, and I put my hand on the door. And I'm not going to say God told me to stay or leave, but I felt like I couldn't leave. And I cried because I felt like I can't leave. I can't leave. And I went to bed that night and I had a dream of him preaching.
Yeah.
And I woke up the next morning. Well, first of all, you were upset that I was still home.
Yeah, because I got home. I'm like, I thought you were moving to Virginia with the two kids.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I had a dream that you became a preacher. I said, that's not going to happen.
Right.
I said, just because my dad does that means I got to be disciplined and committed. And I'm not trying to be either one.
Right.
You
And
know,
he said, I'm going to keep on smoking this weed.
So you hear with this man. Y'all are married in poverty. And she just said she had children. So just like I just said, they had some children in poverty. She talking about she gonna leave. He come home, she's still there. He like, why you still here? You said you was gonna leave. Her self-esteem and her love for herself. I don't know where the bar is. It gotta be below hell. Is it in purgatory? Is it in the how many levels of Dante's Inferno that there are? I can't. And I can tell you right now, that man still don't. I can tell you right now, that man don't love her. I read energy and I read body language. Okay. Okay. You a plum, she a plum fool for staying. And some people say, don't be so harsh about it or whatever. But like she was going in the right direction and then she stopped. And she stopped. She didn't leave because she had a dream that this man was going to be a preacher. So him becoming a preacher in your dream, that was enough for you to stay in bullshit. Like my chest is tight right now. Like I am out of breath. Like I am angry at this shit. But let's keep going.
Yeah.
And chasing these women.
Yeah.
That's what he told me.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
but I just felt like that dream could happen. I believed it. And one night shortly after that, I was by myself because the marriage was still horrible, crashing.
Mhm.
And I felt like I was going to lose my mind. Because you have all these moments. God's amazing because you'll have moments of clarity and then moments of complete confusion.
Yeah.
And I was rocking back and forth. Remember, like I'm gonna lose my mind because it left again, it's gone again. And I heard the enemy tell me, "You should die. You're not worth. You're not worthy of anything. You should, end your life, and he'll never love you and all this stuff." And somehow, some way, I was able to call on the name of Jesus. And when I called on his name, I literally felt his arms wrap around me. And that.
She said that she heard the enemy tell her to unalive herself, that you have no worth, this, that, and other. Baby, that's your husband. That's your husband. See, people want to blame everything on these spirits, but baby, that's your husband. Your own husband told you you had no value, you had no worth. He showed you that you had no value, you had no worth because he out there doing whatever and you allowed it. But you gonna have the nerve to sit up here and say that the enemy was telling you that you ain't had no value. Baby, that's your husband. That is not Satan. That is not Shaitan. That is not the devil. That is not Lucifer. It's not them. I promise you. It's not that. That's your whole husband. Your husband told you that. This is not the enemy telling you this. But her turning point was having a dream that her husband was going to be a preacher. And for whatever reason, that was enough for her to stay. Are the aliens coming? Like most days, I'm ready to get off of this planet because I just can't. I just can't.
That was my first encounter. I wasn't at church. I was by myself. There was no music playing. The lights weren't dim. None of that. It was me and Jesus. And I had a radical heart shift from that moment. I got in my word, under my word. I just completely changed as a person. And I realized that God loves me, that God has a purpose and plan for my life, that God chose me, that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yeah.
So he would call me out my name. It wouldn't bother me because I allowed God's voice to be louder than his. And when I was going through transition of him not coming home on the weekends, not being there, telling me I hate you, I'll never love you, I wish I never married you.
Right.
I knew that life and death is in the power of the tongue through the word of God. So I would say, you will love me one day. We will have a good marriage one day. And although he would go out for weekends, I would literally help him get ready to go meet a side chick by ironing his clothes and getting them ready for the night. And these are all things I was graced to do. I would not encourage anybody to do that unless you are graced by God to do this. But once I knew who I was, I realized, oh, the enemy's after him. So I began to pray for him, not for my husband before, but as a soul. I didn't want him to be lost. Whether we made it or not, I didn't want him to be lost. I wanted him to be in his purpose because of that one dream I had that lasted about 2 seconds.
Yeah. So, okay. So listen, baby. Listen, like, the creator is not telling you to stay there and be with someone belittling you, harming you, or anything like that. Just not happening. It's just not happening at all. It's uh, it's just not happening. The delusion that these people live with, I mean, it's literally top tier. This is top tier delusion. Top tier delusion. Top tier delusion. Yes, yes, discernment, honey, discernment. And so she's still with this man. Hey, CS, yeah, still with this man. Um, Girl, she ain't break no will. He decided that it was better for him to stay because he knew he had him mammy, and he knew that she was going to do everything he asked her to do. Okay, she probably with the other mammy ladies in the church, cleaning the church from top to bottom. Okay. She probably there with the other mammies in the church, cleaning the church from top to bottom. Okay. So, listen, no, that's not trying to put a love spell on nobody. That's just being stupid. That's being she's stupid. She's stupid. But she and I don't want to seem harsh when I say this. She got a weak brain. She has a weak spirit. She has no self-esteem. She has no love. It'll be easy to get her. If baby, if I wanted to scam people, oh, I'd be out here making bread. I told y'all, if you want to get some good coins out here, start you a church or get you a channel talking about yes, Jesus, God, amen. I promise you, the Christian religious bag is a good bag, and I know they're making money from this. Okay, sis, I would help you, but she I can't help that. You have to choose to sit in this delusion like this, and you have children, and your children were seeing this. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. I'm heated right now. Let me check my pulse. Let me see what my pulse talk about right now, because I know my blood is boiling a little bit right now. Yeah, it's up a little bit. My blood pressure elevated a little bit. My heartbeat, at 84 beats per minute. And I normally have like a resting heart rate of like 63. My resting heart rate is normally like 63, 62. Yeah, it's currently 85 right now, 86. So let me calm on down. Let me calm on down. Because yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. So let me stop sharing this damn foolishness because you're not about to play in my face like this. Yes, she has children. Yes. She said she was trying to work her way out of poverty. He was out there cheating and doing whatever he was doing. And like her aunt or something was helping her get a job in like Virginia, and she was going to take the kids and she was going to leave. But she stopped because she said Jesus put Jesus's arms around her and held her, and she had a dream that he was going to be a preacher, and that's why she stayed. But yes, they married in poverty, and she was trying to get herself out of poverty, her and them children. But he got home from cheating, and he was like, "Why you still here? Ain't you supposed to be gone with the kids? He don't care about you nor them kids." So yes, this is foolishness of the highest order. This is foolishness of the highest order. And like I said, there are um it's just actually really, really sad that there are and I want you all to notice the pattern. Hold on one second, babe is about to come in. Yeah, yeah, it's us. It's normally us that's doing that. It's normally us. Hold on one second. So my new thing is these tamarind snacks, these tamarind balls. This is good. Yeah, it's good. So yeah. So babe just came in with these tamarind snacks, and they're good. They're good. They're good. Mm-hmm. All right, let me get another little tamarind bite. Yeah, these are good. It says they're spicy, but they're not spicy. But yeah. All right, sorry about that. I'm back. Babe was getting something to eat, and babe is going upstairs to relax and eat after work. All right. So, well, what's that? Yeah, some tamarind. Yeah, we were in we were in San Diego not too long ago. And we were in San Diego, not last week, but the week before. Y'all know we travel all over California. And yeah, we went to the grocery store, and there were these like Mexican tamarind balls or whatever. And I remember I ate so much tamarind when I was growing up, and like chili powder and stuff, because I went to an elementary school in the Mexican part of Chicago called Pilsen Little Village. Because when I was 4 years old, I told my mother that I wanted to learn Spanish. She said, "What better way for you to learn Spanish, Q, as a young child than to go to a school where, it's a Mexican elementary school." So I went to an elementary school in Pilsen Little Village in Chicago. If you're from Chicago, you know the area. So yeah, I used to eat all the little Mexican candies and snacks and stuff, and there was like the tamarind chili powder, and it was so good. But anyway, we were in San Diego, and he found these like tamarind chili ball little snacks, and they were so good, but I ate them all. But you can't find them here in San Jose for whatever reason. So my loving husband was going to grocery stores today trying to find the same tamarind balls for me to enjoy, because we're going on vacation on Monday. So he was trying to give me vacation snacks. So he didn't find the ones from San Diego, but he got me some other options. So, Mm-hmm. Oh, this one is good. So he got me one. I think he went to a little Asian store. And this one is spicy tamarind apricot peach fruit candy. I gotta be careful eating this because it ain't nothing but sugar. So I'm just gonna have one of this one. Because baby, I done already hit my calorie goal for the day. So I gotta leave this alone. And then eat I gotta eat my salad tonight. I got a wonderful spinach, strawberry, blueberry, feta cheese, and tomato salad that I'm eating later. Woo, that was good. Okay. But yeah, so that's why. Hey, Journey. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I just ate one of those. Those are good. We got to get our snacks, so we can be down there in Cancun enjoying our snacks on the beach. Okay, amen. I'm still come talk to y'all while I'm down there in Cancun. I'm still talk to y'all. Might show y'all what we eat. Might show you what I'm wearing. Whatever. But yeah, we need our snacks for the 9 hours we're gonna be in the airport and on the airplane. So, but anywho, let's get back to it. So we are going to. He sure do. Yes, absolutely. You eating fufu and beans? Okay, girl. Yes. But let's get back into it. We gonna let me just bring this tab over because baby, we gotta I don't know which video y'all want to get into first. But let me bring this in because we got to go back to Mr. Durante Lamar because Mr. Durante Lamar was out here cooking with that good peanut oil last time we were looking at his video. So let me just go and bring this in, honey. Hey, Mr. Durante Lamar. Hello, sir. How are you? So, you know, he just be out here cooking. He just be out here cooking. So we're gonna review. I think I want to get into this one first. No, I want to get into this one first. So let me make sure this is the correct one. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get into this one. I'm about to be like chocolate. I'm gonna be chocolate, and it's gonna be so good. I got all my little outfits sitting right here with me on the couch. I gotta put in my suitcase. My little outfits. I'm waiting for the rest of the stuff to come in the mail. But yeah, but we about to listen to this right here. We about to listen to this. So if you are Christian sensitive, if you don't if you are a Christian, you may want to exit now. It does not bother me. I appreciate you being here, but you may want to leave because he about to start cooking. Okay, he about to start cooking, and Delulu is not on the menu. So let's get right. Just go on and tap out now. So let me play this. This is the name of this one is Why People Need You to Believe in Their God. Spoiler: It's not about you or God. Amen. You can stay. You can stay. All right. And this video isn't that long. It's 13 minutes, 42 seconds. So yeah.
Want you to believe in God because they care about your soul. They want you to believe because they're afraid to be alone in a lie. I used to think people were trying to save me. All the urgency, the scripture dumps, the rebukes disguised as concern. I used to believe it was love, but now I understand something far more human, something far more revealing. When people react violently to your non-belief, when they start calling you names, sending you threats, guilt-tripping you with concern, or telling you you're going to see one day, that's not evangelism. That's not conviction. That's panic. They're not trying to rescue you. They're trying to rescue themselves from the quiet doubts they've kept buried under years of sermons and shame. Because when you walk away and you still have peace, when you walk away and your life doesn't collapse, when you walk away and your joy is unbothered, your values still intact, your integrity still growing, you're a walking contradiction to their theology.
Well, I don't know about you, but that right there, that was he already turned up. He turned up the grill. He has turned up the grill. So he is saying that they don't want you to walk away because if you still have your peace, if you're still a good person, if your life is not falling apart, then who is really out here telling the truth? Who is really living in truth? Because for them, the only way to have peace and all that stuff is through Christianity and their God, right? But if you are still out here doing the damn thing, they panicking. They panicking. So Yeah, they need someone else to validate their beliefs. Interesting. Yeah, I would agree. Let's definitely continue.
Living proof that freedom didn't require faith. And that realization is terrifying. So today, I want to unpack what's really happening when people try to convert you after you left belief behind. Why it's really not about saving you, and why your freedom feels like betrayal to people still stuck in a belief they were told they could never question. This isn't about theology, it's about psychology. It's about emotional insecurity dressed up in holy urgency. So let's talk about it.
Emotional insecurity dressed up as holy urgency. And if you didn't know, Mr. Durante Lamar is a former pastor. He's a former pastor. So he is speaking not only from the side of someone who did believe in the Christian faith and the Christian God, but he was a peddler of the Christian faith and of the Christian God, because he was a pastor or a preacher, whichever one, depending on the day, but he was a church leader. Let's continue.
Why people need you to believe in their God and why it has nothing to do with God at all. So let's talk about what's actually happening. This is faith by proxy. They're not converting you to prove God's power. They're trying to convert you to reassure themselves. If you say yes, then maybe I'm not crazy. If you reject it and still thrive, it forces them to confront the fragility of their own belief. Like agents in the Matrix, they're soft-coded by the system to pull you back in or attack. Belief isn't contagious, but doubt is. So when you walk away,
Belief isn't contagious, but doubt is. That's deep, for real. That's deep. That's deep.
away and still live with joy, purpose, peace, or clarity, you're a living contradiction to their narrative. And that contradiction terrifies them because
If you don't believe what they believe and your life is still going good, you're threatening their narrative. You are threatening their narrative. Okay.
if you're okay without God, maybe they don't need him either. And if they don't need him, they have to ask, why am I still sacrificing, suppressing, and submitting? So what do? They try to convert you not to save your soul, but to save their story. Because if you come back, their doubt goes quiet. If you stay gone and thrive, their internal dissonance gets louder. This is faith by proxy. They need your agreement to validate their obedience. Your nonconformity exposes their unquestioned conformity. In the Matrix,
Mm. He just said nonconformity. I don't know if you all remember those kind of teenage romancy movies, Divergent. When did that movie come out? What was it, like 2012, 2013? But yeah, the little movie Divergent, where everybody's in a faction, everybody's in a group. And to live outside of the faction system, you were factionless and off to the side. You didn't really get food. You didn't have a place to live. You weren't part of community. You weren't part of society. And, the main character, she was actually divergent. She didn't fit in any box. And they did not like people who were divergent, because people who were divergent, they lived outside of the system. Okay. This is the same thing he's talking about. This is the same thing that he's talking about. And see, the thing about it is that humans naturally form into groups. Okay. People of this, who share the same interests, who may, the same activities, family groups, friend groups, the type of work that people do, even religion, non-religion, sororities, fraternities, biker gangs, the travel groups of, women getting together and traveling together. Humans sort themselves into groups. But religion is different because religion wants to take over the world. Okay, the local travel group of ladies who like to travel together are not trying to take over the world. They just want to go travel and do their thing in peace. The religions want to take over the world. They want you to conform and bend to them. Okay. The book club or the people who watch anime are not trying to take over the world and not trying to get you to bow down. And this is the difference with religion. This is the difference. This is the difference. So, yeah. Donna asks, where can I watch Divergent? I don't know. I'll have to do a Google search and see where you can watch Divergent because it's so old. It's such an older movie, but it was one of my favorite movies because I was just like, she sees through it. Okay, she sees through it. It's really a movie about identity and where you belong. And she was afraid that if she chose wrong, like she wouldn't have a group to belong to. But she also figured out how like she can game the system until it was time to try to bring the system down, right? But yeah, people don't want you to see through BS because a lot of these institutions, aka religion, aka government, they don't want you to break free. They want you to be stupid and just follow blindly without questioning. When you start to question and when you start to unravel things, they get scared because just like he said, doubt spreads. Doubt spreads. Let's continue.
Agents show up not because you're dangerous, but because you're free. And your freedom threatens the system. Religion works the same way. When you leave it and live well, you're not just an outsider. You're a glitch in the script. People who remain plugged in will either try to convert you back to try to make you match the code or try to destroy you, eliminate the threat to the system. Their attacks aren't about theology. They're about control. And more often than not, they're about trying to rescue their narrative from your freedom. They're not evangelizing you to protect your soul. They're clinging to you like a lifeline, trying to preserve their own belief. Because if you're not lost, then maybe they've been chained this whole time and the door was never locked. They don't trust their God to speak for himself. Let's get this straight. If someone genuinely believes in an all-powerful, all-knowing, world-creating deity, why are they in your DMs trying to do PR for the Almighty? Why?
He said, why ain't that spirit doing the PR for himself? Sounds like being used to me. Sounds like being used to me.
Why are they forwarding you scripture like divine bill collectors? Why are they guilt tripping you like a parent trying to guilt their grown child into coming to church? It doesn't add up. If their God is real, truly real, why does he need so many marketing reps? Why doesn't he just speak for himself? Here's the deeper truth. They've prayed, they've pleaded, they've wept in the pews, they've tithed through trauma, and when they needed clarity the most, they got silence. So now they flip the script. They're doing for you what God never did for them. They don't actually trust their God to show up, so they're showing up for him. It's not conviction, it's crisis management. They're trying to cover for a deity who consistently ghosts his most loyal followers. They're not ambassadors of faith. They're emotional interns running damage control for divine absenteeism.
Listen. He said he's interns running damage control. Listen. Just He's snatching wigs. He's snatching edges. Okay. He's snatching wigs. He's snatching edges. He is not playing with people at all. He is not playing with people at all.
If you truly believed in a God who loved people, spoke clearly, and had all power, wouldn't you trust him to handle one skeptic? Wouldn't you leave room for him to communicate without forcing your friends, your family, or total strangers into submission? But that's not what we see. Instead, they lecture, shame, threaten, and weaponize because somewhere deep inside they already know their God isn't showing up. So they take your non-belief.
Why he look like he about to laugh? Is it just me? But it looked like, he was trying to hold the chuckle in. He was about to he was about to chuckle like that a little bit. Is it just me? Maybe it's me. Okay, maybe it's just me.
Personally, because it's a reflection of the same silence they've learned to rationalize. They're not defending a God who speaks, they're filling in for one who doesn't. And the more you thrive without him, the more anxious they become. Not because you're lost, but because you're living proof that maybe, just maybe, they were talking to themselves this whole time. Did you know that we do more than deconstruction on this channel? Every Sunday, we host a live session for those seeking community after superstition, where we platform personal growth and community development with an intention.
Okay.
Created the cosmos, parted seas, raised the dead, and apparently watches everything. Why does he need a comment section warrior with a Bible in their bio to defend him? Why does an all-powerful being need you to jump into my DMs, start a debate, or call down threats like you're God's customer service manager? What's actually going on? This impulse to argue, scold, or go full spiritual MMA in a conversation, it reveals a deep insecurity under the surface. If I don't say something, maybe God won't. If I don't,
He said spiritual MMA.
Punish you, maybe you'll get away with this. If I don't defend him, maybe there's no one there to do it. They're not operating from confidence. They're operating from compensation. They know, even if they can't admit it, that their God hasn't shown up in power, in presence, or in clarity. So now they're filling the gap with aggression. They become theological hall monitors armed with scripture and sanctimony, trying to discipline you into belief, not because God told them to, but because God hasn't said anything at all. Let's put it in plain language.
He said hallmarks. The funny thing is that when it comes to Christianity or whatever, people want to argue with you and they come with scriptures. But, asking people to give you proof, and then they'd be like, the Bible is the proof. Okay, that's just like, an internal investigation of bad doing done by the people who were probably doing the wrongdoing and say that they don't find anything wrong. That's what that is. That's what that is.
If your God needs defending from my doubt, that's not a deity. That's a delusion with low self-esteem. If your God can't handle a question without you jumping in to rescue him, maybe you're not defending God. You're defending your own discomfort with the silence that's followed you through your prayers, your pain, and your pursuit of answers. You don't need to be God's bodyguard. And frankly, if he's real, he wouldn't need one. So they're not protecting God from blasphemy. They're protecting themselves from uncertainty. Every time someone rushes to defend God's honor, they're subconsciously wrestling with the possibility that he may not be defending anything because he isn't there. So no, they're not bold ambassadors of heaven. They're anxious interns covering for an invisible boss, trying to silence your skepticism before it echoes back on their own. They need you to validate their reality. Let's get to the real offense. It's not that you left the faith, it's that you left and you're still thriving. You're not supposed to have joy without Jesus. You're not supposed to have peace without prayer. You're not supposed to feel whole after walking away from the only truth.
Listen, let me tell you something. People be out here talking about, oh, I got joy, or such and such is my only joy, or I only need this and that. If you keep telling yourself that that's what you need to survive, that that's the only place you're gonna find joy, then that's the only place you're gonna find joy. That's the only thought process that's gonna give you joy. People don't understand how they brainwash themselves. Okay. People don't understand how they brainwash themselves. Okay, he said joy in Jesus. I see so many of them. I see so many of them. But just like he said, for those who walk away and they're still fine, they be scared.
But you do, and that breaks the spell. In many religious spaces, especially high control environments, conformity isn't rooted in love, it's rooted in survival logic. If we all believe the same thing, no one has to confront the fear that we're wrong. So when you walk away and you're not broken, bitter, or begging to return, you don't just break a rule, you break the illusion. You become a living contradiction to the fear-based narrative they've used to stay in line. If I ever leave, my life will fall apart. But your life didn't fall apart. It got louder, clearer, and freer. You didn't collapse, you elevated. And that makes you dangerous because now they have to reckon with the question they've been avoiding. What if we didn't need this either? Your peace without their God feels like betrayal to the system that convinced them they'd fall without him. It's not just that you left, it's that you've got receipts. They can't tolerate your freedom because it reveals.
Now we know people hate receipts. We know people hate receipts. Okay.
Their fear. They can't stomach your joy because it exposes their justification. And they can't validate your journey because it would mean reevaluating everything they built their identity on. They don't need you to believe because they care about your soul. They need you to believe because they're afraid to be alone in their doubt. Your existence outside the system is more triggering than any argument you could ever make because you're not just questioning the faith. You're living proof that the fear was never necessary. And in the end, you're not the problem. You're the possibility they're afraid to face.
Listen, all this fear, this fear mongering, listen, fear is a powerful emotion. Fear keeps people trapped. A lot of people are so afraid of what they may lose instead of what they could gain, how much further they can go, that they can do more, that they are their own master. Society places you in chains mentally, and religion is part of that. If you are mentally, chained up, you can't think for yourself. You have to do what the group does. You don't want to walk by yourself. You don't want to do things by yourself. You don't want to it teaches you not to believe in yourself. It teaches you to not trust yourself. It teaches you to stay. It teaches you to drown in fear. And it's quite disgusting.
So no, they're not trying to save your soul. They're trying to save their storyline. And when your joy contradicts their justification, they either have to rewrite the script or attack the character who left the stage. But here's the truth. You don't need to feel guilty for leaving a system that made you shrink. You don't need to apologize for thriving without theology. And you don't owe anyone the performance of belief just to ease their discomfort, because belief is not proof and conformity is not clarity. They might call you lost, but deep down, it's your freedom that threatens their illusion of found. Because if you can live without the lie, maybe it was never the truth. So let them talk. Let them twist scripture and throw spiritual tantrums. but don't ever let them convince you that their fragility is your fault. You are not the danger. You're the data point. You're the proof that peace, purpose, love, joy, clarity, and conviction can all exist without a God. And if that truth shakes someone's faith, that's not your burden to carry.
No, it's
It's
not.
their invitation to wake the hell up. So let's build something better, not out of fear, but out of freedom, not out of shame, but out of shared humanity, not for heaven, not for hell, but for here and now. Because we don't need ancient threats to live with meaning. We don't need superstition to have compassion. And we damn sure don't need validation from belief systems that collapse under honest questions. We're done playing in the sandbox of superstition. It's time to build a better world, and we're doing it right now, together. Now, listen, if you're enjoying these,
Listen. And you know, maybe I'll find his villain origin story, because listen, he's so right. And I mean, like, we've said it before. I've said it before. Nyla has said it before. If you need religion to be a good person, you're just a terrible person. Be a good human, because being a good human is the right thing to do, not because you're afraid or you got to follow. Be a good and decent person. Okay, be a good and decent person. But listen, this is control, because you know these religions be out here talking about, you know, God be talking about vengeance is mine. Listen, I ain't waiting for, if I had some kids and somebody who's doing something to my kids, I ain't waiting for God to I'm gonna handle it myself. I'm gonna handle it myself, and I would probably do the time for doing whatever it is I got to do to the person who do something to my kids, or you know, people out here stealing your cars and don't do nothing, or they out here, you know, talking crazy to you or threatening you, and you supposed to cower down. No, no, absolutely not, absolutely not. But yeah, he be cooking with these. He be cooking with these. He be cooking with these. Listen, and you know, listen, the spiritual work that I do, it's because energy is energy. It's not based on religion. It's not based on religion. Okay? Because I can go get some leaves off this tree right here, and work some with these leaves. Okay? The thing that makes the Bible and those Psalms and different things, what makes them powerful is because there is use over time. It's like it's agreed upon energy, right? It's agreed upon energy. It's just like society. It's just like society, because um, as a society, we agree on order, as much as order can be agreed upon. But there are plenty of people who you know live quote unquote alternative lifestyles, and same thing, like a good example is the medical community, right? And listen, I love me some good take me to the hospital if something happens, but there's natural healing as well, but they notice they want to call it alternative or old wives tales and stuff like that. Mhm. 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 And just another one of those questions, as far as Christianity goes, like what about, like, the people that live on Sentinel Island? Those people that live on Sentinel Island, they're not Christians. They've been living on Sentinel Island just fine, living their lives for however long those people have been on Sentinel Island. They've been living their lives just fine. Same thing with like Native American tribes and like the Aboriginal groups from Australia and everything. They're not Christians. They're not Christians. They're not Muslims either. They're not Hindus. They do whatever it is that they do, and they're living fine. They're living fine. And one of the things that really woke me up was, asking a question as to why is it that people in other religions or other practices, why are they getting their prayers answered? Why do people in other religions and other faith practices, their prayers get answered, but they're not Christian? So somebody is lying. Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Why would the Christian God create all these different people, but certain pockets of people are intentionally left out? That doesn't make any sense. How is every knee supposed to bend and they don't know? That doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense at all. Makes no sense at all. If the point is for everybody to follow this one, why do you even make or create people who don't have to follow along, who've never followed along? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's dumb. That's dumb. That's dumb. Yeah, that's dumb. Yeah. Holy Spirit definitely ain't showing them people. Definitely not showing them people. Definitely not showing them people. Hmm. And that's what I'm saying. You created all these people, all these humans, and you saved all the humans and this, that, and the third. But these people or these different pockets of people around the world, they're law unto themselves. They're law unto themselves. Okay. 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 So yeah, it just be a bunch of questions. It just be a bunch of questions. But maybe this doesn't make sense because the God came out of the Easter egg. Yeah, because seeing all this, and the story of the Bible. Well, who was it? Aaron. So you really finna listen to this God that's gonna tell you to kill your own son, to sacrifice your own son. You're that obedient that you gonna sacrifice your son. Here, son, come here. Let me lay down so I can unalive you. So because God, like what? Okay, okay. And you know what's funny? Thinking back to some of these quote unquote cults and the serial unalivers. Remember one of the serial unalivers was saying that who was that the son of Sam who was saying that the dog was telling him what to do? But it's just like, and people are just like, oh my God. But wasn't that story of Aaron in the Bible? The Christian God was telling that man to kill his own son. So if people are gonna believe that Christian story and it's fine, then maybe that guy should have got off. Maybe that guy should have got off. Maybe that guy should have got off because he was just listening to spirits, just like the people in the Bible that the other people follow. Maybe that guy should have got off. Mhm. Yeah, other gods absolutely were. They absolutely were, and yet they don't get clowned. Christianity doesn't get clowned. So, okay, somebody need to take this tamarind bag for me because I stuck my little finger here to get another little piece of tamarind. So yeah. I wish some spirit would ask me to do something to my mom or family or whatever like that. I'm gonna tell them they can go to hell. So, So yeah. It's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me. So, like I said, maybe he should have got off. Maybe he should have got off. So I'm for real. I wish a spirit would tell me, like, yeah, you gotta sacrifice such and such. Go on and suffocate your such and such. And I'm gonna be like, no, you can go to hell. I ain't gonna do that. Listen, I don't know. But anyway, that was Mr. Durante Lamar. And I come to enjoy his videos. I don't watch them without you all. We watch them together. Right. 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 But this is some of the same foolishness that is out here being perverse as always in society. These are the same people that are out here being perverse in society. Okay, acting up and wanting everybody to believe what they believe. So. But yeah, I like Mr. Durante Lamar. And we watched these together. Yeah. I'm like, okay, sure, yeah. I ain't gonna do that. And we do that. These are some of the same people that are okay with children being married off. These are the same people who are out here saying that when a girl has her period for the first time, she's a woman. She's a woman and she could be married off. Okay. No. The human body is not even ready for that. Just because she has a period doesn't mean that her body can take that. It's quite disgusting. It's quite disgusting. It's quite disgusting. But yeah, so I just want to come and view this with you all. He has so many videos. We could literally do this like once a week for like 3 months and we'd still be listening to these videos. Yeah, she wouldn't make it. Imagine a girl that's 9 years old that has her first menstrual cycle and somebody graping her and she's pregnant and then out here trying to have a baby. Like, this is so disgusting. It's so disgusting. Absolutely. And this is how you know, like, it's a full-on crock, because that man was it Henry VIII who broke off and started the Church of England, separated from Catholicism, if my history is serving me correctly. I think it was him, because he wanted to divorce and the Pope was like, nah. And he was like, screw it. I ain't dealing with the Catholic Church anymore. We gonna do things our own way. and we gonna have the Church of England. So, okay, yeah, what's him? Hey, fuzzy girl. So that just goes right there. They just be making it up as they go along. He said that he gonna make his own church. Maybe we should make our own churches and get a good church back. Maybe we should make our own churches and get a good church back, because I mean he did it. Okay, he did it, and all the other ones did it too. You know, you had the Reformation with Martin Luther, right? You got all types. You got the Franciscans, you got the Jesuits, you got all these denominations. You got the crazy Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay, you got them hoteps out there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you know, ladies, just remember, you powerful. Because this man created a whole church. So he can get the kitty. This man created a whole church so he can get the kitty. So just remember your worth, ladies. Just remember your worth. Okay. Remember your worth. Remember your worth. Okay. Okay. Glad we had this talk. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, you know, but yeah. So I am going to get out of here. I need to go on upstairs and shuffle them Uno cards and see what's up with Mr. Hoodoo. Yes, girl, the whisper. I just want y'all to know. I just want y'all to know where the power is, okay? It's not with them. Because they didn't create these religions. They got everything all fucked up. But they doing it for women. For access to women. Okay. So remember, you are the prize, ladies. You are the prize. Okay. You the prize. So it's just a conversation between us girls. But you the prize, okay? Remember Helen of Troy? Okay? Helen of Troy. They was going to war over that woman. So make sure you ladies understand. Okay? You the prize. Period. Okay, period. Okay, so I'm glad we had that conversation. So yeah, I'm gonna go and get on up out of here. I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm trying to get through these I'm trying to get through these other pre-records to have for you all. Because definitely we're getting ourselves together for vacation, and I'm on vacation for a good while, from like the 5th to the 12th. I'm on vacation. So I'm trying to get these pre-records for y'all, and I'm gonna do my best to try and come and stream with y'all while I'm down there in Cancun. I don't know, maybe we'll watch the turquoise waters together. The beautiful turquoise waters together. Okay. You know, I might have to like do a live stream or something from the beach, sitting there at the beach or something like that. But you know, I'm trying to get these pre-records for y'all. I got at least 2 I have to do, and I want to do something else for you all. So I'm working in the background, but just know that I love y'all or whatever. So I will try to come back to you all tomorrow. I'll try to come back to you all tomorrow. But like I said, I'm trying to get these pre-records done. Like I said, yeah, a lot of work here on the back end. So with that being said, I love you all. Thank y'all so very, very much. Okay. Stay safe. Keep up with your self-love. Keep up with loving yourself, taking care of yourselves, protecting yourselves. But before I go, did y'all see the video? Did y'all see the video of the Dusty who was screaming at them women in that restaurant with the chicken wing in his hand? Did y'all see the video of the Dusty in the restaurant screaming at the women with a chicken wing in his hand? I saw that and I was just like, oh my God. I mean, this was dust. This was pure dust. Dusty I mean, he was unhinged. He was unhinged. Okay. CS said she saw it. She said she saw. Y'all didn't see it. Okay, let me find the video. I think it's on. I know it's on TikTok. Let me find this video, and then we're gonna get out of here because, baby, that was crazy. Yeah, he called them. I mean, it was quite disturbing. It was quite disturbing. But yeah, let me copy this link. Okay, because I see someone on YouTube who has the video. I'm not even trying to go through all TikTok's mess. But we're gonna watch this together. Because the homie was unhinged. So we gonna we gonna watch this together and I'm gonna get on out of here. So hold on one second. Let me copy this link, honey. Copy. Okay, let me pause. And like I said, it's a little disturbing. And Maria Davids, yeah, I just need to show this to the people, and fair use and all that good stuff. You got the video, and I wasn't going to try to go look through it. Okay, so let me add this in. Okay, y'all can see it. No, this was not a skit. This is not a skit. Okay, this is it right here. This is it right here. So this is the beginning of the video. This is the beginning of the video, and she says we literally did nothing to this man. So I want y'all to see. He gonna have the chicken wing in his hand. He gonna have the chicken wing in his left hand. He is just like literally going off. So let's watch this together.
You don't like black women.
So he was literally like, my fiance is Asian, and he just came up to them and just started screaming at them. He just came up to them and just started screaming at them, and it's just like,
because I can't stand all black. I want to bring black arms. Get you long-term personality. Get you some kind of my
Thank you. Please get that man away from us.
so yeah. And you can see her name there. You can go to her TikTok yourself. Oh, Miss _ Jess. Yeah. No, this was not a skit. This was not a skit. It was not a skit. They were literally sitting there at the table and he just starts screaming at them. Like, just screaming at them. And I'm just like, child, I can't. I can't. He said his fiance is Asian. Baby, which one? Asia is a large continent. It's a bunch of countries there. Now, is she Asian? Is she Chinese? Is she Japanese? Is she Burmese? Is she Thai? Is she Indian? Is she Pakistani? Is she Malaysian? Hell, is she Russian? Is she Russian? You know, it's a bunch of countries in Asia. Is she from Indonesia? But yeah, he was just literally, and I was just like, sure. So yeah, please stay safe out here, ladies, because this is the type of foolishness. You know, he's just literally just screaming at them. But he says he has 3 daughters. He has 3 black daughters. He hates black bitches, but he loves his 3 daughters. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. So, you know, her TikTok name is up there if you want to go over there and look at it. But yeah, this man is off the hinges. So please stay safe out here. Please stay safe out here. He had that wing in his hand. He had the wing in his hand. He had the wing in his hand. Uh-huh. He just walking around just like eating a chicken wing. Like, you know, like when you like if you're barbecuing at home, you know, you bring the food in off the grill. You know, maybe the spaghetti not ready yet, right? So you go grab a little wing from your tray of barbecue or whatever. You go get you a little saucer with a little napkin. You know, you eat your chicken wing or whatever. The phone might ring. You might get up with a piece of the wing in your hand and go get the phone. But he's literally just walking around like with this piece of chicken in his hand. He just literally just walking around with it, and he think he telling somebody something. He think he telling somebody something. So, but he literally was just accosting them people, accosting them. Child, I can't. So I can't. So, like I said, I just wanted y'all to see that, and that's why I said, please stay safe. Do your workings, do your protections. Carry that thing on you if you have to, because it's some people out here who are really, really unhinged. There's some people out here who are really unhinged, and he's one of them. Okay, he's one of them. Carry that thing on you if you got to. Okay, carry that thing. Carry that thing. So, anyway, like I said, I just want to show y'all that I'm gonna get out of here for real. I love y'all. I will try to come back tomorrow. I will try. And I got some pre-records coming for y'all. So that's all. I love y'all. I'm about to go. Y'all stay safe, ladies. Bye-bye.